So we left off with Tara being kind of sad, and we pick up with Edgar just waking up. Be like, what's going on?
Where's my king breakfast?
You mean the 8 pounds of sausage?
Yes.
Sir, that's going to kill you.
Yes.
You had a heart attack last night. Then again in the middle of the night. And now the castle's just on fire. And that guy's freaking out.
And then he's like, guys, just pick up the sand and put the sand on the fire. Like this.
Like, I get that guy freaking out, but there's the guy up north who was just standing there.
He's just
while the castle is burning right next to him.
Roasting hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not so bad. I don't know how the stone is on fire. But, or this metal gate.
Some serious fire, man. It's for real.
And then you learn right away to what extent Kefka is willing to go in order to get what he wants. Where like one night passed and he went straight to, let's just burn the castle to get the girl. Fuck it. Right? We can just burn it.
So cool. Or maybe I do.
Gives him the finger.
Yeah, we know.
See you later, fucker.
Imagine if Kefka had never seen the finger before. Well, I mean, maybe Edgar just came up with it because he had nothing better to do between his sausage naps than come up with things. And so he just is like, or maybe I do, and then flips Kefka off, and Kefka's just like, what?
See you later, fucker.
I don't know what this word means. He's like really worried for the next week or so, wondering if he cast a spell on him.
Yeah, was that, like, he was offended. Was that some sort of spell?
Like, what? Fucker. He's like afraid to utter the words. He's like looking in a mirror. Fucker? Like, looks away.
I imagine all the people of Figaro just giving the finger to Kefka as they disappear right now.
They have weekly meetings where he teaches them how to give the finger. Like one soldier's got his thumb up and he's like, no, no, no. One soldier's got like his fist up in the air. He's like, come on, that's not even a finger.
You're almost there.
Oh man.
Oh, another soldier just has his pants off.
Jeremy. Like, you're going in the right direction, Jeremy, but maybe just pull it back a bit. Pull it back.
I appreciate the gusto, but just pull it back a little bit.
Jeremy just looks at the soldiers next to him and kind of smirks a bit, like, like, you know, he just got a gold star. So those Magitech armors look real badass.
They do. And like, that's what your armor should have looked like, but they couldn't quite do it.
And now you know what it is, though. And you're like, wow, that's what she was piloting?
This is what was menacing the town of Narish.
Like, that's what was just destroying people.
I love this moment when you first use magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because can you avoid that?
I don't know. I imagine that eventually you can, but it's possible that you could avoid this cutscene, but it's very unlikely. Simply because you do have magic, and eventually you're going to use it.
I like how it's a good way to say, hey, that's not normal.
Yeah. In every other Final Fantasy, like, magic just exists around. You can go buy it at a store along with your daily sausage. Magic?
Magic. They're like, dude, like, I know we're fighting these killer robots.
Yeah, I was gonna
now.
say the boss battle music is still going, but they're just having this conversation.
It's just like, don't draw attention to me. It's weird. And then the Magitech armor pilots are like, what the fuck is going on right now? I like the little flags on the Magitech armor.
Yeah. It's odd to think of Tara saying, don't draw attention to me, when all she's wearing is a bright red singlet with big purple epaulets and hot red boots.
She's like, I just don't embarrass me, guys. I just don't want any attention drawn to me.
With her winter green hair.
Yeah. Wink.
Yeah.
Ah, wink. Ah.
They chuckle and disappear.
They melt.
Stop swooning.
Well, and that's the perfect thing too. Like, right? If Tara winked at you, wouldn't you just like melt away?
Yeah, just have that squeam moment inside you. The squeam.
It's great too because these are like, you know, dashing heroes, womanizing. Not womanizing, maybe is the wrong. No, I don't think for Edgar.
He pretends to be a womanizer, but he's always doing it with a wink and a nod.
And then for Tara to flash a wink and get them all like, you know,
yeah,
that's real good.
Just give them one last finger as they ride by. Tara, you pick up on this real quick. Yeah, it's like I have a natural affinity for it. Gives him the double bird. Oh my god, what was that?
Edgar.
I don't know, it just came to me.
Edgar's just like, what did you see?
I figured I'd just give him both barrels, as it were. Oh, these chocobos. They're so adorable.
Yeah.
And they're almost exactly the chocobos at the end of 5.
Now I'm curious to see if they have a 3/4 pose, if it'll ever pop up.
I think it will in a moment, actually. Bannon, he's this weird woolly motherfucker. I think you're gonna like him.
Oh yeah, that guy is sweet. He's like a lion.
And then it's kind of distressing that they immediately think of her magic as a way to win the war.
Yeah, which is like what the other side was doing.
Basically, yeah.
Hold on, gotta do some manager stuff.
Manager stuff. Yeah, we would possibly have a manager again in my office, except that no one really wanted the job. So, like, it's... I think it's not even an increase in... It might be an increase in rank, but I'm not certain. Like, they're all the claims examiners are GS-12s, and the hearing reps are GS-13s. I think going up to the manager might be a GS-14, but it might also just be a GS-13. But with much more responsibility.
Yeah.
And all the bullshit that comes with being in a managerial position.
Yeah.
Where it's like, do I get overtime? How does this work exactly? Yeah. Like, as part of my training, I had to read up on the difference between, you know, being an exempt employee and a non-exempt employee. I'm like, what the fuck does any of this mean? Why don't they just give the managers overtime?
Exempt from what? Oh, this is great.
Yeah. They go really... Well, they go really aggressive with the use of perspective in this game, and it's part of what gives it that grand scale. Because in the previous games, you were looking almost straight down on the world, and so it was just like this kind of static snapshot. Here, you're looking at it from like a 3/4 perspective, right? And so things are going into the horizon, and it feels like the world is continuing past you.
Yeah.
Beyond just a little square that you're seeing.
Yeah, that's real good. I saw that there was some moving water in the overworld
Oh,
map,
yeah, yeah.
and that's really cool. That grass is hard to tell where it
begins and ends.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's real good.
Like I think at this point they may have mastered the discipline of creating the tile set where you basically make a square in such a way that any square can be turned and joined into another one, and then you make it complicated in such a way that it doesn't just have hard grid lines to it. Look at this player character.
I know. Come back, come back, come back. No.
No, I gotta get my beers. It's 8 in the morning. Gotta get my beers.
Not for me. Yes, it is.
It's for my dog here. It's for my doggo.
When does that dude join?
In a little bit, actually. He pops up from time to time in the world of balance.
I like how Edgar is looking at him and like talking to Locke, like, dude, that guy's real cool looking.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried he might be cooler looking than us. He's got a dog too. I don't know. What should we do about this? My name's Shadow. Oh fuck, he's so cool.
Yeah, he is. You know what? He's a little too cool though.
Edgelord.
Yeah.
He is pretty cool.
Yeah. Look at that gigantic fucking gramophone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what the measurement on that record is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's just come and get it. Ooh. Tell her 9 minutes. Oh man, I listened to the first time I listened to Long Live Heavy Metal on the record player, which we should probably do that a little bit while we eat breakfast.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it's a 45 RPM as opposed to the 33 and a third.
Yeah.
Or whatever the... And so I didn't quite get it at first. Like I put it on, and it just
slower.
It was slower, but I didn't quite notice because I hadn't listened to Long Live Heavy Metal in a bit. Like it just sounded a little bit off, and it continues to sound a little bit off, but still like more or less the same.
Yeah.
And for a moment, I'm like, did they re-record this for the vinyl specifically? No, that'd be weird, right? And then he started singing.
Yeah.
And immediately I'm like, no, something's wrong.
You know what's cool though is if you ever listen to music slowed down, you can really go, wow, this band, they are a machine. They work together so well that speed, isn't hiding the fact that they're out of sync. Because you can, if everyone's playing really fucking fast and you're a little bit out of sync, it's okay because it's passing so quickly. You're out of sync at a slower speed, it's gonna stand out, like really, just stand out a lot. And so sometimes I will slow down music to like study it and learn it, and I'm just like, fuck, these guys are good. This is really good shit.
But I'm listening to it, and then suddenly Camp Pipes comes on, and he's like, everyone will turn to her when she has arrived. She makes her presence felt each and every time. Like, no, something is wrong here.
That video.
It's just a woman driving around in a van. A grungy ass van. I love it. Yeah. Picking up kids, giving them booze.
She's just like got this thing where she likes to go and pick up kids and give them booze so that they always have this memory of this really hot metal woman in their head. So for their whole life that she'll be their Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah. This jackass.
Sorry, I put my employee in a scavenger hunt of sort, and he's having a hard time finding stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. We're basically fighting a Pillar Man right now. And his bear companions. Edgar's auto crossbow kind of breaks the early portion of this game.
Yeah.
It's basically the Bio Blaster from earlier, except not as powerful. Also, it's great that they brought his tools back for Final Fantasy 15. Like, just in the little bit that I played while I was watching Riggs, I found a few of them. I was like, yeah, auto crossbow, yeah, Bio Blaster.
It's super cool. Yeah, he just fucking wrecks people. It's great.
And later he gives chainsaw.
I
love his chainsaw.
I poo.
It poo?
I poo's like, is that the bear?
It's the bear. It's the bear making that sweet gesture.
Yo, 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 I'm I poo on the mountain.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh no, so I don't have to rap anymore because I'm dead.
Look at all the depth to this background.
Getting all artsy on it again, but that atmospheric
I was
perspective,
gonna say,
right? Like they learned. Oh my god! Like guys, if it fades into the atmosphere, it gets a little cooler like that.
It gives it more depth. People are gonna realize that this thing's just going on.
Ed Garp is like, I'm gonna play my latest LP for you guys on this. Listen, and it's just like terrible music, and that's
the
why
worst
it hurts
music.
people.
Yeah.
What is called the noise blaster, Ed Garp? Why does he get that outfit? Oh, that's so good.
He has to protect himself from all the bio.
What about his party? No, that's good.
They're fine. They're fine, trust me.
I'm definitely gonna pull inspiration from these Final Fantasy characters when I start sketching the Clown Warriors because I love those scarves and stuff. Like I want one Clown Warrior to be very like raggedy, just lots of like different scarves and rags like that. That'd be super cool. I guess that could be the one that uses the
sleight of hand,
the
goofy one. And I think with that guy, just to talk about Clown Warriors for just a minute, I promise we won't go too long into it because this game's too good. I think with that goofy one, I think the handkerchiefs from his sleeve is his signature technique. He does a bunch of sleight of hand, but that's the recognizable one that you're always seeing him do.
Yeah.
Like maybe in the intro a little bit, he's not as much as I want him to do a 360 Christ air over the table. Maybe he swings by on like a rope made of handkerchiefs.
Yeah. I wish that Sabin, or Sabin, but if his name was pronounced Sabin, if he brought you home and he's like, welcome to the Sabin cabin. I just wish he would say that.
Yeah. Mortal attack, Blizzard Fist.
Oh fuck, that's a fucking chilly fist.
This is just a JoJo moment right now. It's these two muscular men using their special abilities against each other.
Alright, let's see who can flex and pose the best.
Basically.
And then Armstrong comes in and he's like, I'm the best at this.
No one can outpose Armstrong. But the JoJo characters make a good go at it.
Yeah. It took me forever to understand Blitz.
Yeah.
It just isn't really described well on how to use it.
I just happen to remember the input for Pummel. Oh, do, 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 do.
Like, I never understood if I had to, like, when. It took me a while. Even if I were to play it right now, I would fuck it up. Like, I just don't know when you're supposed to put the inputs in, or...
Yeah, it's just, you select it, and then while the finger's on him, you input it, and then you hit X again.
Okay.
But the Blitz, it's a nice little technique. It gives this game it gives him a bit of a fighting game element to his character. Unfortunately, it's a pain in the ass to input those on a D-pad. It may have been easier to do on a Super Nintendo D-pad, come to think of it, but on a PlayStation D-pad where it's 4 distinct buttons, it's
because you have to roll sometimes.
Because you have to roll around. Like his final one, Bum Rush. It's a full 360-degree circle. And trying to do that on a D-pad, it's actually a little bit easier to do that for some reason, but some of them where it's like a half circle or a quarter circle, it's just, you try to do it, but you fail because you're not consistently depressing the correct buttons. And so it makes Sabin a little less useful on this version. Look, I have a Super Nintendo controller over there. I should bust it out and take a look real quick. In fact, I have two Super Nintendos in that box.
Because it wasn't split, right? It was a full...
I believe it was like a full circular D-pad.
I wonder if you could have used the analog stick. On...
I considered that, and I tried changing the control method to use the D stick, the D-pad, the analog stick, for fuck's sake. I tried switching over to analog mode, and it registered that I wasn't using the D-pad, but it still wouldn't work with the analog stick for whatever reason. Otherwise, it probably would have been great.